Good evening. Welcome to Erie Neighborhood House's first ever virtual Future of Promise event. I'm Kirsten Chernowski, the Executive Director at Erie Neighborhood House.
Buenas noches. Me da mucho gusto poder darle la bienvenida esta noche. I'm Nick Guzman, President of the Erie House Board of Directors.
Tonight, we are joining you from our newest location on the near west side, where we'll soon be open for an expansion of our early childhood education and legal services programs. Some of you watching tonight may have been with us last year at our 150th anniversary dinner. We were so lucky to host you in person just days before our world completely changed. Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for standing with us over this past year. I also want to thank our board of directors and staff for their resilience, flexibility, and creativity as Erie House has evolved and adapted throughout the COVID-19 pandemic.
Even though we can't be together in person to celebrate this year, we're excited to have an opportunity to bring Erie House to your house. We'll introduce you tonight to members of our community, including our program participants, our staff, and our partners who make all of this work possible. We'd also like to take you on a trip to each of our 4 locations, our historic buildings and community centers in the Westtown neighborhood and in Little Village, as well as our newest center here on the near west side, where we stand tonight.
We hope you'll walk away tonight feeling as inspired as we are, working with our community every single day. As you watch our programs this evening, we encourage you to support our work by texting Erie House to 41444. Your donation will ensure we can continue to grow and evolve for our community for generations to come. Your support will also ensure that we can successfully navigate the long road of COVID-19 recovery.
This event was made possible by our generous sponsors, some of whom you'll be hearing from throughout tonight's program. I want to extend a special thank you to our influence level sponsors, the American Medical Association, ComEd, Cigna, PNC, and John Burns Construction Company, who is also serving as our event chair this evening.
John Burns Construction Company has been an incredible hands-on partner to Erie House over the years, consistently stepping up in a big way. From volunteering at our 150th anniversary block party to wrapping gifts at our annual Holidays with Heart gift-giving event, and growing their support for the Future of Promise dinner over the years. We are so grateful for their partnership. It's now my honor to welcome Bill O'Malley from John Burns Construction Company.
Thank you, Kristen and Nick. We at John Burns Construction are honored to chair the first ever virtual Future of Promise event. Tonight's celebration looks and feels way different than the Future of Promise dinners of the past, but I'm confident it will be no less inspiring. Kristen and the team always find ways to put together an extraordinary event, regardless of the challenges thrown at them. Since 1906, John Burns has worked in and amongst Chicago's communities. We have felt a responsibility to support the people of Chicago throughout our construction projects. In fact, the purpose of John Burns Construction Company is to connect people and improve their lives. With Erie House, we found a partner that helps us achieve and exceed our impact goals in the community. We have supported Erie House events like the annual Holidays with Heart gift giving for families, the job shadowing opportunities for high school youth, and the annual Future of Promise dinner. Our team has learned many life lessons from volunteering at Erie House. There is nothing more galvanizing for our John Burns teammates than giving back to our communities together in such a positive way. We are all energized by the outstanding efforts of Erie House in the community. They have shown us what it truly means to give back and to connect people to improve their lives. Congratulations, Erie House, for another successful night, celebrating your impact and truly making a huge difference in Chicago. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill, and thank you, John Burns Construction Company. Now, we invite you into our historic location in Westtown, the place we affectionately call the house, to meet 3 members of our community, Imelda, Ignacio, or Nacho, as he's known around Erie House, and his daughter Dulce.
Nacho is an integral member of the Erie House Health and Leadership Team, which equips individuals and families with the tools, resources, and knowledge they need to be safe, healthy, and achieve overall well-being. Dulce is a student in our Youth Options Unlimited, or YOU program, and part of Visionaries, which is a multimedia apprenticeship at the intersection of STEM and the arts.
And Imelda is a student in our citizenship program, where we help students prepare for and succeed in their naturalization exams and interviews.
My name is Ignacio Medina. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator for the Health and Leadership programs here at Erie Neighborhood House. My decision to come here is basically, as many immigrants, you find a better opportunities, better way of living. Chicago was a city that I want to live. When I first arrived, I was looking, first of all, is knowing the culture. I wanted to do something different. And coming to Erie House, that's what I found. So I actually came and I registered for the ESL classes. Eventually, they opened up a class of technology promoters that it was very successful. I was offered a position. That's how, from being part of the community to being employee of Erie Neighborhood House. But we offer workshops about know your rights, workshops about nutrition. For me, being able to bring and deliver this type of services and connecting the community with the resources, something that I get passion and I like to give to the community. Erie House is a great organization where you can go and you can start from the bottom and have that opportunity to develop your full potential.
Mi nombre es Imelda Gómez. Yo llegué aquí hace 7 años y sí fue muy difícil para mí cuando llegué porque es un idioma muy diferente. Porque cuando yo llegué aquí yo no sabía nada de inglés. Cuando yo tomé las clases de inglés, escuché que estaban tomando las clases de ciudadanía. Y las clases de ciudadanía, aparte de que me ayudaron con mi trámite de ciudadanía, también me ayudaron mucho con mi inglés.
My name is Sally. I'm a volunteer with Erie. I initially started tutoring with a citizenship class. Imelda was a perfect example of someone who is bright. I'm so very proud of her. I can be a small part of giving people hope in their future in the United States.
Para mí, Erie es como, pues me han ayudado a todo lo que yo sé. El haber pasado mi ciudadanía, mi examen, todo se los agradezco a ellos porque en realidad ellos me ayudaron con todos mis procesos y es gratis, ni siquiera cobran.
My name is Dulce Sarai Medina and I'm currently in the YOU program. YOU and Erie House have been a part of my childhood. My dad has been working here for quite some time. He would spend long hours working. My way to see him was to come visit him while he was working here at Erie House. And little by little, I got to know people who work here. YOU and Erie House in general has benefited me across all spectrums, both social and academic. Because of YOU, I got to go to this architectural program called INOMA, which is an architectural program designed for minority students to expose them to the world of architecture and building and construction and design.
It was important for me to enroll Dulce Sarai in a good quality program.
As a student, I'm now having to look into colleges, I'm having to look into what my future holds for me. And YOU, for example, is providing people and connections and networking that I can lean back on. It's showing me resources and scholarships I need to look at in the future. It's showing me viable job opportunities. And you leave YOU being prepared. Erie House's purpose is to push people forward, to let their voices be heard.
My name is Beatriz Navarro, and my business name is Butterfly Cookies. My daughter and my little dog and we moved to Chicago 10 years ago. The few days it was good because I feel like it was on vacation. We realized we want to live in here in the United States. I was sad. My English it was bad, so bad, and my daughter too. I don't know, I was shaking sometimes walking in the street. Don't see nothing. It was difficult. My husband and I told the neighbors, do you know the place they can teach me English? They say, oh, they have a Erie House. And I went to Erie House and I asked for the people who is in charge for teaching English. And now I have my own business.
Early on in the pandemic, Erie House created a community relief fund to provide direct financial assistance to our families who needed it the most. With the support of community partners and individual donors, including some of you, we raised over $200,000 and distributed funds to more than 300 families. And those numbers continue to grow. One of the earliest supporters of this fund was the American Medical Association. The AMA not only made a generous gift to the fund themselves, but went the extra mile to match donations for the entire month of May. The AMA has been an incredible partner to Erie House, forging a relationship built on a shared commitment to supporting communities with impactful, culturally relevant programming. Over the last year and throughout the pandemic, we've seen the AMA rise to the challenge and commit to partnering with and investing in organizations like ours that share their goal of improving the health of our communities. I am so excited by how our partnership has grown, and I can't wait to see how it continues to evolve in the years to come. I am honored to present the first award of the evening, our Community Investment Award, to Dr. James Madara from the American Medical Association.
I'm Dr. James Madara, CEO of the American Medical Association, and I'm honored to accept the Erie House's Community Investment Award on behalf of our organization. There are many lessons to be learned from our experience with COVID-19, but the most enduring lesson is about the importance of community in responding to a health crisis. The work of the Erie Neighborhood House to support and strengthen our city's immigrant community through education and by opening easy points of access for health services represents the best of what we can do to help families in need. This is true in all times, but is particularly true in a health emergency, and we have experienced this, of course, this past year. COVID-19, like most adverse health events, does not affect every person, every family, or every community equally. In fact, we know this crisis is having a profound impact on the Latino community in Chicago and across the country. And so organizations like ours must work with great purpose to remove the barriers that can prevent families from accessing the care that they need, and to address the long-standing inequities in our health system that have for too long put many communities on unequal footing. Improving the health of Chicago communities is personal for us at the AMA, not only as physicians, but as proud residents of this city since 1888. When individuals don't have access to affordable housing or healthy food in their communities, when they have limited access to build wealth or lack opportunities for a quality education, when they lack even access to safe and reliable public transportation to make their doctor's appointment, all of it can negatively impact a person's health and their ability to navigate the health system. Investing in neighborhoods and ensuring equitable distribution of resources can help us begin to tackle these complex challenges and strengthen communities across our city and beyond. This is important work, and all of us at the AMA are honored to partner with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Madara, and thank you again to the American Medical Association. Next, you'll meet Adriana, a parent to 2 girls in Erie House's early childhood education program. She's also the president of our Parent Policy Committee and a member of our board of directors.
You'll be joining Adriana at our second Westtown location, our community center, to see the classrooms where we offer a full curriculum for kindergarten readiness in a safe, nurturing environment, play-based therapy and mental health services for our kiddos and their families, and where we provide the wraparound supports parents need to ensure their children can thrive.
My name is Adriana Cuellar. I'm happy that the girls coming to Erie House, they're being prepared to start kindergarten. They upload pictures of the kids doing their work and playing outside, having fun, writing, coloring, and they're covering everything pretty much. They're practicing their shapes, their ABCs, science, drama. The first time I walked in through those doors, they made me feel welcome, made me feel like it was gonna be okay. At that time, I hadn't found a job yet, and they really reached out to help me and to guide me through the process of Action for Children. I hadn't been away from my daughters since they were born, and I was pretty nervous, to letting my babies go. So I was given the option to that. You can volunteer in either of the girls' classes. They were in separate classes to grow their own persona, to not depend on one another. And I was introduced to the board, and I was asked if I wanted to join, and here I am. So what Erie provides in their school, it's mental health, affordable, and I took advantage of that to help myself emotionally, mentally, and feel supported, and also for my kids. My kids are also taking play therapy. I'm trying to figure it out, how to co-parent. Their dad is taking also therapy to help each other to co-parent and to see how they react on their own, because they've never been alone, like just one single kid. But at least they get their hour apart from each other and they concentrate on each other. Therapy has helped me to give name to my feelings on that moment and to understand that it's okay to feel that way while being a single mom, while just being a mom, or while just being a woman. Now Erie has in-home visits, and I think if they had that before, it would have helped me a lot, because I did went to postpartum depression, and I wish I had more of the help. But it's such a great thing that Erie is doing this, and I really hope parents will take advantage of this. The other part of Erie House that I enjoyed is the financial assistance that they help you with. It's fun to see, to be part of it and see how the center is working hard to help your little ones. Erie House has helped me to be more independent and also feel supported on the education of my children, and emotionally for me and financially.
And I went to Erie House and I asked for the people who is in charge for the, teaching English. And all my classmates, even immigrants like me, they feel like the same like me. They scared, some of them they don't have family. And we supported each other, you know, because we have empathy, because we feel the same. I finished all the courses in Erie House and we passed for the special tutor. And I have a special tutor for 7 years. We read almost 34 books, the more famous books in the United States. Excellent teachers, tutors, and I feel always welcome in Erie House.
As a reminder, you can donate to Erie House at any time during the program to support this incredible work and help us support more members of our community like Beatriz by texting Erie House to 41444. Our next award of the evening is the Corporate Impact Award. As a client, Erie House receives incredible support from Cigna, especially as our team transitioned to a remote work environment. When the pandemic began, Cigna made sure that their clients wouldn't have to worry about whether they'd be able to take care of themselves. They increased communication and provided additional support and resources, particularly around mental health, which is so critical during the stressful time and is a major focus of Erie House's wellness initiatives. We are grateful for Cigna's people-first approach and for the growing relationship, allowing Erie House staff to continue to do our work with peace of mind. Now I'd like to present the Corporate Impact Award to Brian Marcella from Cigna.
Hello and good evening. My name is Brian Marcella and I'm Cigna's Midwest Market President. I'm happy to join you virtually at Erie Neighborhood House's Future of Promise event. And on behalf of Cigna team, I'm honored to accept the Corporate Impact Award. At Cigna, we're committed to improving the health, well-being, and peace of mind of the people and communities that we serve. And while we've all faced major challenges this past year as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen the Latinx community be disproportionately impacted as a result of historic health disparities this community has long faced. In addition, many people are struggling with mental health that has also been exacerbated by the pandemic. And at Cigna, we know that focusing on the whole person health, how you're doing physically and emotionally, is essential. And that's why we're so proud to be recognized by Erie Neighborhood House. They share our mission to address social disparities for our vibrant immigrant community here in Chicago, especially the health disparities that impact so many of our Latinx neighbors. Our relationship with Erie Neighborhood House started 3 years ago when they became a client, and since then we've grown our support for the organization. I'm also the board chair of Erie Family Health Center, which is a sister company, so I know personally how great the work is that Erie Neighborhood House does. The services that Erie Neighborhood House provides every day, and especially during the pandemic, are essential for our Latinx community. We're proud that Cigna can play a role in supporting their important work, including offering COVID-19 support and mental health services to help members through this changing time. Again, I want to thank you for this award, and I look forward to continuing Cigna's partnership with Erie Neighborhood House. Thank you, and hope you have a great evening.
Thank you once again, Cigna. More than 15 years ago, Erie House expanded our programming to Chicago's Little Village neighborhood. One of this site's flagship programs, Proyecto Cuídate, is also one of our fastest growing departments. Through a variety of initiatives, our aim is healing through trauma-informed care, building relationships, and creating safe spaces to promote wellness in the community. These services include individual counseling, support groups, and youth restorative justice and mentoring. You'll now get to meet David from our Proyecto Cuídate youth teams in Little Village.
My name is David Alberto. I'm 17 and I go to Benito Juarez Community Academy. After the first few weeks of being in Erie House, I started to notice how awesome this program was. I would describe Proyecto Cuídate as a space where you could come to know that they're not going to be judged, to know that they're going to be safe, to know that they're actually going to a place that's there for them. Coming here makes me feel like I'm actually important. They tell me that no matter if I need clothes, if I need food, if I need somebody to talk to, they'll be here. And so I know when I come here and I ask, I'll get help. When he came, it was in 8th grade, a few weeks before he graduated. I was super shy. I didn't do things that made me feel uncomfortable. Didn't go out of my comfort zone a lot. I've been able to actually talk to them. It feels good being able to talk to somebody who actually cares about your situation. I was in youth leadership during the first year, and that was a program where guys like me could hang out and talk about the world problems and talk about the different things that are happening in our lives. I'm applying to college, and I've gotten accepted to 2 architecture schools so far, and I'm still waiting on a few more. And then recently I got hired as a person who works here at Erie House. As a youth ambassador, I want to give more information out to the youth about how to apply for college. I want to be able to give these kinds of resources to kids, because in my community there's not a lot of people who apply to college. I feel this program has given me a better understanding of leadership and being able to be young but also take part of high roles, big roles. Yeah. No matter who the person is, this program accepts anybody. Anybody could come. I feel like everybody else feels like they're welcome here. Nobody's discriminated. Everybody has the same amount of respect and the same amount of rights.
Bravery has a face, a name, like Nancy, Daniela, or Carl. And same as everyone else on the block, Bravery has a family. The foundations of Cigna and New York Life introduce the Brave of Heart Fund, providing healthcare workers with peace of mind and financial support if they lose their life. They're out there, protecting our families. Let's protect theirs.
I was in the Erie House with my tutor and taking classes. They offer to how to start your own business. And I wasn't thinking about to open a business, but they say probably one day. I take the course, and now I have my own business. In Mexico, I was painter. Always I like to paint, and I'm an artist. Now I put all my knowledge and a cookie, like a canvas for me. Oh, I feel satisfied sometimes. I'm working hard for 5 years. We need to grow more. I have customers and I have staff, and now I am going to open, I hope in March, open my business, and I feel so happy.
Our final award for tonight is the Diversity, Equity, Access, and Inclusion Award. We first launched this award in 2018 as an extension of our effort to ensure every voice is welcomed, heard, valued, and respected. With this award, we recognize the work our partners are doing to foster a more just, inclusive, and equitable society. Over the last year, as many nonprofit organizations struggled with setbacks brought on by the pandemic, the strain was especially felt by those who serve Chicago students after our public schools closed. As a member of a coalition of community-based early childhood education providers, Erie House joined the fight to call on our government for the support we needed to continue serving our families while keeping them safe during COVID-19. The Carol Robertson Center for Learning and the Early Childhood Education CEO Roundtable, co-founded by Carol Robertson Center's CEO and former Erie House board member Bella Mote, was at the forefront of that fight, advocating for community organizations providing critical early childhood education and childcare for the families who were on the front lines of this pandemic, the majority of whom were from Black and brown communities. This was not a new fight for Carol Robertson, who has been dedicated to advocating for policy changes that address education inequities in our communities for nearly 50 years. The Carol Robertson Center prioritizes diversity, equity, access, and inclusion in such an intentional, impactful way. That's why I am proud to present this award to my friend Bella Mote and the Carol Robertson Center for Learning.
Good evening, my name is Bella Mote, CEO of Carol Robertson Center for Learning. I've had a long history with the Erie Neighborhood House, both personally and professionally, and I'm humbled and honored to be the recipient of this year's Diversity, Equity, Access, and Inclusion Award. Thank you so very much. Over the years, I've seen firsthand Erie Neighborhood House's commitment to equity, to inclusion, and justice, starting at birth. It's just a joy to be here with all of you tonight and share a little bit of some memories that I have from being a board member at Erie Neighborhood House back a long time ago when Rick Estrada was the president and CEO, to today where I have partnerships with Kirsten through her leadership in the early childhood and youth development space. Erie has always put children, families, and communities first to ensure their voices are heard, their beliefs are understood, and their cultures are something that are part and parcel of everything they contribute. Thank you, Erie Neighborhood House, for all you do. It is a joy and an honor to partner with you each and every day to make Chicago, Illinois, and our country better.
This is the first time that Erie's Legal Services Department has had its own space. We used to be connected to Citizenship and Immigration Services, but as we expanded, we became our own department that focuses exclusively on providing immigration legal services to clients and participants at Erie. With this new expansion, we are able to have a larger team and house all of our team here in one central place. This space is definitely going to be an upgrade for not just our team, but also for participants and clients. It's brand new, it's a very professional space. We are more ADA accessible, so this will be a bit more kind of client friendly. Navigating the immigration system is something that a lot of people really are unable to do without a lot of guidance. You run into dead ends, the policies change overnight, the administration changes and policies along with that. And the last 4 years have been definitely no exception. Now is a time that we really are relying on funders and people who've supported Erie in the past to continue to help us weather the storm of the pandemic. We've made it 150 years. I'm confident that with the ongoing support that we will get through this and we'll be stronger and be able to serve our participants even better than we could before.
I started working in the early childhood field back when I was in high school. I went into working at a childcare center to getting my associate's degree in early childhood and working in a Head Start program. And that's kind of where I felt my passion evolve for children. Working in a Head Start program led to me getting my bachelor's degree in early childhood. I am extremely excited about opening this up and having our families within the community be able to come here and see the beautiful space. And I would love for you to come and take a tour. This is our gross motor space. This is a shared space for all of the children. This is also the area where you will be able to access the classrooms. The architect was very intentional about creating this space. He created, outside of all of the classrooms, there's a house. There's a street that runs through the neighborhood. There are green tiles that represent the grass and blue tiles that represent the water. And I believe that that really just speaks volumes to who Erie Neighborhood House is as a community-based program. Here's an example of one of our classrooms here at our Near West site. Behind me, you'll see that there are lockers for children to hang up their jackets and their backpacks as they're coming in for the day. And then throughout the classrooms, there are a variety of materials and areas for children to play in while they're engaging throughout their day. We have created these classrooms in a way that we are able to strive for quality education for young children. We've been around for 150 plus years now, so we are a staple in the city of Chicago. So people now being able to see us and they know that we're here for the community and they know that we're going to bring the best that we can to them. Supporting Erie House isn't just supporting the organization, but I think it's supporting the communities around us.
The world is changing, and ComEd is making sure Illinois is ready for tomorrow's technology today. From an advanced microgrid to electric vehicles, from connected kiosks to creating well-lit pathways for students using sustainable technology, we are putting the next generation of clean, renewable energy to work. Across the 11,000 square miles where our customers live, we worked with over 500 students and adults in 2019 to inspire, change lives, and build the workforce of the future. Whether it was pushing for more diversity in the trades through Construct, or encouraging girls in our Icebox Derby to become scientists and engineers, our goals were the same: connecting people, forging a brighter future, and strengthening communities for our customers.
I'm working hard for 5 years. We need to grow more. I have customers and I have staff, and now I am going to open, I hope, in March. I won the Spotlight Achievement at the Erie House because I tell my story, how they really pushing me to learn English and help me. And they offer me to bake the cookies for the event. And I'm so great to help to Erie House. I named my business Butterfly Cookies because I love the butterflies. And I think that butterflies signify for me freedom. You know, the butterfly for the monarchs is an immigrant like me. From to Canada to move to Mexico, the Mexico to move to Canada and travel for a long trip, you know, like me.
Special treats from Beatriz have arrived.
This is my favorite part of the evening. If you were one of the first 150 people to register for tonight's event, you too should have also received a delivery from Butterfly Cookies. If you haven't already, open up and enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Delicious.
You can visit the Butterfly Cookie Bakery right around the corner from Erie House at 856 North Ashen in Westtown.
Thank you to everyone who donated tonight. Your support means so much, and we truly would not be able to do what we do without you. For those of you who have attended our Future of Promise dinner in the past, you know that one of my favorite things to do is lead the paddle raise, running around the ballroom in heels. This allows me to personally thank each donor. And while I'm sad to not be able to do that with you this year, in that spirit, I would like to ask each of you to give electronically tonight and help us continue to expand the work you just heard about. If you haven't already, you can still donate by texting Erie House to 41444. You can also learn more about our work at eriehouse.org.
And with that, we conclude our first ever virtual Future of Promise event. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Congratulations to all our honorees, and thank you again to all of our sponsors. We hope to see you all in person for our Future of Promise dinner next year. We're looking forward to continuing to work with all of you to build a brighter future, a more just and inclusive society.
Good evening.
Buenas noches.
We'd like to dedicate this evening's program to Sarah Rios, a fierce advocate for Erie House whose life was tragically cut too short.
Sarah was a proud parent leader in our early childhood education program and a committed member of our board of directors.
Sarah was such a force, deeply dedicated to our work and community, and is greatly missed. Her legacy of fearlessness and unabashed compassion lives on in our work.
Gracias, Sara. Te extrañamos.